Hey y'all, welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review. Today we are drinking Mango Nada by Dillinger Brewing Company out of Tucson, Arizona. Thanks for joining us.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer that we are drinking and reviewing. And hey, settle in, grab a beer, and enjoy the show, because this is what we do when we're not doing our real jobs. I've got Andy in the attic. I've got Jay. I'm Ben. What are we drinking today, gentlemen?
So we're going to go to Dillinger Brewing Company and have their Mango Nada. And I think Andy's going to tell us about how this is a tropical Mexican resort in a can.
You know, they know, you know that I'm going to tell.
Oh,
good. That came out a little strong, but this did go on a plane.
Oh no, it's fine. It's a sour.
Yeah.
Little bit of carbonation.
Yeah, just a wee bit.
Well, it's a kettle sour. A little different.
We've had one or two of those. We did fragrant. I think Ghost Train had a kettle sour when we reviewed it. The flight.
They did.
The brewery there.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
It's mango-licious.
Ooh. A little pucker there.
Yeah, how about that, gentlemen? It is the Mango Nada, 5.6%, 10 IBUs, a kettle sour. This has mango packed kettle sour spiced with tahini. So, we'll get to that in a minute. Kettle sours are typically, think of Goses and Berliner Weiss. Well, for this one, they instead of the so this is closer to the Gose. Instead of using the salt from the Gose, they use tahini, which is, if you know tahini, it's a flavoring, it's a spice. Think of seasoning salt, but instead of just seasoning salt, it is ground dried chili peppers, dehydrated lime, and sea salt. And it's orange, and tahini is the brand. And so the name Mango Nada, they just, play on words. They separate it into two words. But if there was just all one word, the Mango Nada is actually, as the can says, it's like a tropical treat. That's very popular in Mexico. If you go to a lot of taco shops and all, we've got actually one here that makes a great Mango Nada, and they'll take like, it's a frozen mango treat, and they'll take, it's like a mango sorbet and the tahini, and they blend and mix, or they sprinkle on top. It's really good. And it's not a spicy seasoning. It is tangy and sweet and salty. So it's really good. So kettle sours, I don't know if I ever explained much about them. Different from like a wild sour that we've had, or a fruited sour, or a milk, pastry sour. This one is, as the name implies, it is brewed and aged in kettles and not barrels. The other ones are done in wooden barrels. So this is also known as quick sour. So it's a quick souring secondary. They add the yeast. They throw in the yeast in with the mash, so it does it all together, and it makes it a little tartar than some of the other sours, versus doing the traditional fruited or the wild sours, and they wait till the wood to naturally, or the natural sours in the air and the other ingredients, or the natural yeast in the air and the wood and the other ingredients to ferment it. This one's typically also a little more acidic. So, and it's not the funky ranges that you could get from a wild sour. Sorry, I'm getting parched.
So kettle sours would be more controlled in a lot of ways. You know what
Pretty
you're going to
much.
get out of them. You're going to get more acidic, more tart. You know,
Yeah.
versus
It's not
the
a
wild
box of
sour,
chocolate.
it can be across a wild range of things. I mean, so
And I'm guessing that cuts down on the actual time to make it
Yes.
as well, right?
So it's also more cost effective, probably.
yeah, I would suspect so if you're not having to use barrels and various things.
So Dillinger Brewing Company out of Tucson, Arizona. It's founded in 2016 by a couple of University of Arizona alumni. And Tucson is where the University of Arizona is located. It's a microbrewery. It's got 2 locations. It's got the brewery / tap room and another tap room there in Tucson, and it's got statewide distribution. And on here, it said on the bottom of the back label, it says "Buen provecho," which means enjoy your meal in Spanish.
Okay. See.
De nada.
All right. So
I did not thank you.
the taco shop that you're talking about there locally, you're not talking about just like a Mexican restaurant, right? It's like
It is a wonderful hole in the wall, sketch on the outside, sketch on the inside, but wonderful. They introduced me to the quesadillas, and if you've ever had one of those, it's amazing. And then they have a little ice cream parlor in there. They do some street corn, but they do the mango nadas. Yeah, good tacos. You know, if you've ever had the tripa, the intestine tacos, great. Tongue tacos, great.
wait, what?
They're awesome cuts.
Intestine tacos?
Yeah. They take intestines and then they fry them and then they put them on the grill with seasoning, and I mean they're chopped up. It's not like one stringy thing like slurping like a spaghetti noodle, but and then tongue, they take the tongue from the cow, and it is so tender. It's muscle. It's just like another cut of meat, but it's so good.
You ever had chicken feet?
No, I can say I've never had chicken feet. Is that something I'm missing out on?
It depends. There's not a lot of meat to them.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get this train back on track. Almost sorry I asked there.
You ask, you put us into the culinary channel.
It's a wonderful little taco shop. It's great.
All right. We can go there next time. We're all in your neck of the woods. All right. Have you had this one before?
As always, I save myself for y'all.
I just like to ask to make sure, because of the hopped up beer review tradition. If you've had the beer, you go last. But Jay, I'm going to assume you haven't had this one. I haven't had it. I know.
Yes,
so, all right, Jay, do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first? We'll let Andy go last since he brought it back.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go first. I have no issue with that.
Go for it.
At first, aroma, coming in, smelling this, even taking that first sip with the little foam. I mean, this is just bursting with the mango. They've done a great job of combining the mango sour. And I appreciate Andy's description more to help me understand the difference between the wild sours, the kettle sours. I think we've talked about that before, maybe internally, externally, I don't know. But it helps me process and understand more about my rating on the beer. I absolutely love mangoes. They're one of my favorite fruits. I don't eat them enough. I like mango flavored things. It's just something I enjoy. This one to me is a little over the top with the acidic part, and I can understand that from the kettle, making it a lot more acidic. It's also extremely carbonated. It's made me a little gaseous.
I've got the burps too. I'm like,
Yes.
We all
So,
do. Yeah.
it's very good in flavor, but the acid on it cuts at me a little bit, and I think I'll probably have a little heartburn here at some point. Um, I want to rate it really high, but some of those things are just pushing on me. I'm going to go with a 7 on it. I like it. I like the flavor. If it was maybe even a little creamy, that would be good. I don't know if you would ever add something else to a sour like a milk sugar or something, but could be interesting.
All right. I'll jump in and go. So, Jay, you mentioned Ghost Train, and after you said that, I realized I've got my Ghost Train glass here.
Yeah, I saw that.
But I agree. I think this one is bursting with flavor is a really good way to put it. I mean, the mangoes are definitely the highlight of the beverage. On the nose, I can definitely get though that spice a little bit, and but I don't really get it in the flavor when I actually taste it. So I think all in all, I think it's, yeah, like you said, it's extremely carbonated. We've all experienced the effects of that, I think, through this review. But I like it. I mean, you get the pucker or the tart in the back of the corners of your mouth here at the beginning of the first couple sips, and then like a lot of sours like this, it calms down, and then you can really enjoy it a little bit more. Yeah, I think overall it's really tasty, really good. I think they've done a great job with it. I'm going to give it an 8. I think it's very, very nice.
I like my sours to Judy chop me in the back of corners of my mouth. I really like that. I think that's a good quality in a sour. Tart, sour, whatever. I don't mind, bring the sweet, but it's fun knowing tahini's in there. I'm like picking out a little bit of that the lime and a chili powder, just real subtle on top of that fruitiness of the mango. But the burps, my gosh. I guess I don't normally talk this much over a beer except on this platform with y'all, but it's really bringing them out. It's got a good aroma. It just, it's got that good sour smell.
Mm-hmm.
Struggling. And I guess I get, because I want that, I don't mind the acidity of it. I'm going to give it an 8.0 too. I like Jay. I like mangoes too, and if they weren't so dang expensive and hard to get, we'd probably buy a lot more. And we found they don't keep fast. When you get them at the store, you got to eat them within a day or two, or else they kind of turn a bit funky tasting. But I digress.
You need to add some chili powder and some other ingredients to it. You'll
make
be
our
fine.
own mangonadas.
There you go. That is going to give us a 7.7 for the Mango Nada out of Dillinger Brewing Company, Tucson, Arizona. Very interesting sour. One you should check out if you get the opportunity to do so. If not, you'll just have to take our word for it. So definitely appreciate you checking out this video. If you've gotten this far, be sure to like, subscribe, cheers to that notification bell. Check us out on all the social medias listed below. MySpace, Friendster, those are our big ones. So check those out. Links are all down below.
Glad you remembered Friendster.
Yeah, of course. Also, come say hey in Discord. Discord is a chat server. We have our own Hopped Up Beer Review little space in there, and we would love to have you drop by and say hello to the three of us and the others who have joined us there. Lastly, we do have a Hopped Up Beer Review merch store, and Jay has some of the merch that is available there. So check that out if that so interests you. And with that, for Andy in the attic, who's already drinking, he just says, screw the cheers, mates. And Jay, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
jerk store.